We spoke with Ian Bremmer of the Eurasia Group earlier, and he said externally it looks like Vladimir Putin is on dangerous ground, that he is being pressured by economic sanctions, but internally he still has a grip on the public. Is this going to last long for him?
That's exactly right. He definitely still has a grip. The question is, how long will that last, right? Because if you think about it, the depreciation of the ruble will both shock Russians, particularly what they've seen over the last couple of days, will affect those Russians that travel abroad. That's only about, let's say, a fifth of them. But by spring of next year, will be affecting everyone because it's going to lead to double-digit inflation because Russians are so dependent on imported goods. So President Putin will be very concerned about the depreciation of the ruble. He's still safe. He's probably safe for a very long time. He has very high ratings. However, the people around him could be sacrificed. And we're already, even today, starting to see a bit of a fight between various people in the president's inner circle. Something, and I watch Russian politics on a daily basis, we haven't seen in years. The knives have already come out, people blaming one another for the depreciation of the ruble.
Is any of this, by any chance, going to make him back down from Ukraine or from sanctions? Is any of this going to actually weaken him or make him back down?
That's a good question. If I knew the answer to that, I'm sure the Ukrainians would want to hear it. I don't know that to be the case. I think, you know, what we're seeing will definitely give him pause, right? I mean, the sanctions were one thing. Many Russians sort of shrugged them off. Then the oil price started to decline, and that was much more concerning. And now we seem to be in this space, this nexus, where there's a real crisis of confidence in general in what the Russian government is doing. And that might temper what he does in Ukraine. It's entirely possible.
Russia's parliament's going to meet on Thursday. So, Ryan, what might we expect?
You know, I think the blame game will continue. So today we have the head of Rosneft, that's Russia's largest oil company, blaming members of the political opposition and a former finance minister, a gentleman named Alexei Kudrin, who's still very close to the Russian president, blaming them for criticizing a bond sale that Rosneft carried out yesterday, calling it a provocation that Rosneft may have been involved with the depreciation of the ruble or done something that would contribute to that. We've also got talk that perhaps the prime minister could be replaced. So I think on Thursday, look, nobody's job's safe. The central bank's head's job's going to be on the line, and probably several others.